Hello and welcome to the channel, Cali Legends Media. Okay, today I'm gonna do a real quick video. I seen a short the other day. Okay, you could see the young man's face in the back of the TV. Not the peloncito. I'm talking about the other vato with the trenzas, like an India. That's Richard Cabral. Okay, Richard Cabral has some feelings about certain things. And I guess he went on this podcast, Hot Wheela, and gave him his opinion. Okay, so let's check that out. See if we agree with him.
Bro, mi vida loca. Órale, Holmes, if you talk like that, you're lame. You're stupid. Órale, no, bro, no. Sabes, no, nobody talks like that. East LA, baby. BOYLE Heights. My family's from B&E. I'm from the wire. We don't talk to. No. No one cares about the Pino. I promise you. Nobody cares about the Pino. We don't. The Pino don't mean shit in East LA to us. Nobody's like, hey, let's have a family picnic at the Pino.
You're destroying all my.
I swear to God, I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry to tell you the fucking truth. From the land, bro. This ain't and East LA is East LA for you guys. It's not Silver Lake and it's not Echo Park. You gotta hit BOYLE Heights on this side. Welcome to the east side.
Okay, so that was Richard Cabral's feelings about the way the Raza talks in East LA, at least, and BOYLE Heights. Okay, now look, maybe not anymore, but back in the days, a lot of people talk using that slang, using the CALO. You know, I still use it at times depending on who I'm talking to. Of course, if I'm going to be on a board meeting at an aerospace company, meeting with some defense contractors or something, I'm not going to talk like that. But when I go into a room with a bunch of veteranos, like, órale, homie, hey, ¿cómo estás? Ah, firme. How you doing, man? You know, and it just comes out, just flows out of you. Okay, why? Because we're brought up with it, we grew up around it, and a lot of older vatos still talk like that, you know. And I don't know, I don't know where this young man gets his information, but we're gonna start off in this conversation where he left off, the Pino. Okay, that's the big tree that they show in Blood In, Blood Out. Okay, the big pine tree. Okay, that pine tree was put on that property. That tree's actually native to Australia. Okay, it was planted there by an Asian guy who owned that property. Okay, the property ended up in the hands of another family. Okay, well, at one point they were going to do some renovations on that property, and that tree was going to be felled. You know, they're going to knock it down. And there was an outcry by the community. They didn't want the tree to go. Okay, it meant something to them. Okay, it was like a landmark. You know, it's well known. It's a very famous Pino. And regardless what Richard Cabral's opinion of this is, it is actually considered a historic part of BOYLE Heights, East Los Angeles. Okay, I'm not sure where this guy was brought up or what. I know he plays parts in movies. He plays a part usually of cholos, you know, gang member, but he's an actor. Okay, obviously you could see he doesn't look like a gang member. He doesn't look like the way he portrays himself in the movies, you know. An actor's an actor, you know. Oh, I have family from Barrio Nuevo. Yeah. You know what? There's an ongoing joke, man, about people claiming other people's reputation and fame, or if you want to call it whatever. Okay. Oh, yeah, you're from Maravilla. Ah, yeah, Simon. Órale, hey, well, ¿sabes qué? I bought my pit bull in Maravilla, right there, the pet shop right there on Burger and Whittier. Yeah, homie, right there in Maravilla, homie. My perro, yeah. My perro's from Maravilla. That's where he came from that little pet shop. I bought my goldfish at Bob's Tropical Fish right there in Atlantica. Maravilla, homie. Firme. My uncle's, as a matter of fact, my uncle's tia's ancestors, brothers, old ladies, grandmothers from Maravilla, homie. Serio. You know, like, I'm like, come on, Richard. You know, snap out of it. Yeah, you had family maybe from Barrio Nuevo, this, that, and the other, but you were never a regular in the neighborhood. You didn't grow up like that. And you're an actor, you know, and when you're in front of a camera and you're talking, you're acting, okay? You're not like a lot of camaradas that come on the YouTube, maybe any type of social media or is being interviewed at an event or something, okay? That's just natural, homegrown vatos speaking from their heart, you know? You speak from, I guess, from lines that are given to you that you need to repeat during filming, okay? It's different, man. So I don't know where your concepts and your ideas come from. As a matter of fact, I just want to listen to this again.
Bro, no one talks like me, vida loca. Orale, Holmes, if you talk like that, you're lame. You're stupid. Orale, no, bro, we don't. Sabes, no, nobody talks like that. East LA, baby.
Orale, so if you talk like that, you're lame, huh? That's what this guy. Look at the poor guy, man. Look at him. If this is just one picture of him, the one with the LA cap. I don't know. I'm just saying, you know, like if my daughter brought him home, I'd probably like be tripping, you know, until I got to talk to him and really could find out where he's coming from. But if he started opening his mouth and talking like this, I'd probably just tell her to take him to McDonald's or Jack in the Box, buy him a meal and to get her ass home, you know. I don't really know what's up with this guy, you know. If he really feels this way, he shouldn't be going on these movies and portraying our culture falsely. If it's not really like that, why you talk like that in the movies when you're playing the part of somebody like me or somebody like a person that grew up in the barrio? You know what I'm saying? I don't get it. This is hard for me to swallow.
BOYLE Heights. My family's from B&E. I'm from the line. We don't talk to.
There you go. You know, my father's from B&E. You know, I grew up in the barrio. We don't talk like that. CALO has been around for many years. Okay, slang is just a language that came out naturally and that stuck. You know, people say certain things in CALO that aren't Spanish words. You know, calco, tramaos, lisa, cachucha. You know, if you don't know, then you don't know. You know, sometimes I'll ask Pro, hey, what does this mean? She goes, I don't know. I go, what's Spanish? She goes, no, it's not. You know, I'm like, what? And I got to think, and I got to remember what a certain slang word means, or a word in CALO, you know. They're different, but very similar, you know. And I know that during the years, during the generations, it has become less and less spoken, but nevertheless, at one time it was. I don't know how old this guy is. You know, maybe that's why he feels that nobody's talked like that it's fake. And I think that's where a lot of comments and stuff that you hear on YouTube by the younger generations that say what they say on their comments sometimes. It's because they just don't know. They weren't around. You know, they were born in the 80s. In the early 90s, you know, they didn't see it. They don't get it. You know what I mean? So you know, to them, the skinny jeans, the Edgar haircuts, all of that, that's what's happening. Why? Because that's the generation they were born into, and that's what that generation cling to. You know what I mean? So the next thing he's gonna say is that wearing Pendletons and Imperials and khakis never happened. That's all fake. It's only in the movies. He just doesn't know, you know. Anyways, man, I feel bad for the dude. I think this was a bad reputation, a bad representation of raza, you know, from an actor who I was kind of proud of because he was doing things and making things happen and was part of the community, you know. But I see that, you know, I guess he feels very different than some people do, you know.
No. No one cares about the Pino. I promise you. Nobody cares about the Pino. We don't, if the Pino don't mean shit, and he's standing to us. Nobody's like, hey, let's have a family picnic at the Pino.
You're destroying all my.
I swear to God, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to tell you the fucking truth. From the land, bro. This ain't, and East LA, is East LA for you guys? It's not Silver Lake and it's not Echo Park. You gotta hit Boyle Heights on this side. Welcome to the east side.
Anyways, yeah, this was just I just wanted to share that and get this off my chest. When I seen it, I was like, well, what's this vato talking about? You know, like I had to think about what would be his reasoning behind saying something like that, and all I could think of is that he was probably not around. You know, he's probably very, very young, and if he isn't, then he just wasn't around. You know what I mean? There's still homies that talk like that, and it's not that they're putting up a front, man. It just comes out. You know, it comes out the way it comes out. You know, when you're in certain situations, you talk a certain way. You know, you're not gonna go visit your abuelita and, órale, abuelita, ¿cómo estás? Órale, pasa un pisto. You know, you know, hey, grandma, how you doing, man? How's everything? Okay, all right. Hey, grandma, you got a beer in the refrigerator? You know, there's appropriate ways to talk. And whether this guy realizes it or not, at one point you heard that language very, very much out in the streets. At least I know that when I was young, growing up, especially my tios, my dad, a few older homies talk very much using that kind of language, you know, CALO and slang, you know, Mexican slang. Anyway, it's my video for today, people. Just wanted to, like I said, I needed to get that off my chest. I seen this short come across. Some people had different takes on it, and I wanted to share my opinion. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I'd really appreciate it. Don't forget to hit that like button, and I don't know if you feel it. Hit the hype button. Huh? All right. Thank you very much, man. God bless you. God bless your family. People, stay free. Stay free, people. Thank you very much.